Today we're looking at the birth of democracy. Hello, welcome to the Daily Bellringer World History. Please don't forget to subscribe and take a look at the questions down in the description. Also, don't forget to check out dailybellringer.com where you'll find more resources that go with many of the Bellringer videos. What is democracy? A democracy is a system of government in which the people have the power through voting or elections. The term democracy takes its root from the Greek words demo, which means people, and kratos, which means rule. The term literally means people rule. Today there are over 120 countries in the world that have some form of democracy in place, including the United States of America. But to look at the origins of democracy, we have to look to the ancient Greeks and the city-state of ancient Athens. In 594 BC, the wealthy upper-class citizens or aristocrats of Athens chose a man named Solon to be their leader. Under Solon's leadership, voting rights were extended to the middle and lower-class citizens of Athens. Prior to this, Athens had basically been an aristocracy, or in other words, a system in which only the wealthy class of citizens were allowed to have a vote in government. This change set Athens on a course of forming a more true democracy. During the rule of Pericles from 461 to 429 BC, sometimes called the Golden Age of ancient Greece, more rights were given to the citizens. Athens began to form citizen juries, or groups of people that would hear court cases and make decisions. Athens' democracy flourished as average citizens were able to be involved in the political and legal decisions of the community. But now, what does it mean to be a citizen? A citizen is a person that is legally recognized by the government of a country or state to be a member of that state. In ancient Athens, in order to be considered a citizen, you had to be a male, born of two Athenian parents, and at least 18 years old, and you had to have completed your required military service to Athens. Women, children, and enslaved people were not considered citizens and could not vote or have really any rights in the government. A key factor in this growth of democracy was the educational system in Athens. Athenians from a young age learned to read and write and studied math, literature, and music. The goal was to create a well-rounded citizen that could play an active role in society and make informed decisions. Exactly the same purpose of education today. Today, when we think of democracy, we typically think of voting for candidates to be representatives. But that is not exactly how it worked in Athens. Athens' government was broken into three different groups: the assembly, the council, and the courts. The assembly was a meeting that took place 40 times each year. Each adult male citizen, regardless of their social status, had the right to attend and to speak and give their opinion on issues facing Athens. They would then vote on what Athens should do. This is what's known as a direct democracy because the citizens themselves vote directly on issues. What was developed later in history and what the United States has today is a representative democracy, where citizens vote for people to represent them in the government and vote on issues and pass laws for them. The second major section of the Athenian government was the council, which was made up of 500 male citizens chosen at random to be on the council. Again, there was no social rank or status required to be on the council. It was open to all male citizens. The terms in the council were for 1 year, and you could only serve on the council twice in your lifetime. The council would vote on issues and take care of the day-to-day matters of the government. Lastly, the courts would decide legal cases based on the decisions of the juries. Juries, as I mentioned earlier, were made up of Athenian citizens and would make decisions on cases by a majority vote. Interestingly, today we think of a jury in America as being 12 jurors, but in ancient Athens, juries could be as large as 100 or even 1,000 jurors. The Athenian democracy remained strong for several years until 404 BC, when Athens was conquered by Sparta at the conclusion of the Peloponnesian War. Soon after, in 338 BC, Philip II of Macedonia conquered the region, and his son Alexander the Great would then be the dominant ruler over Greece. Although the Athenian democracy did not permanently last, it did plant the seeds for the democratic system that would be followed by other nations throughout history. If it were not for the Athenians of ancient Greece, we would not have the democracies of today that give freedom and liberty to millions of people. So with that, hopefully you learned something, and thanks for watching.